In a small, misty English village, a life unfolding with the same daily routine. Emily, 48 years old, working in the local pizzeria's oven, believed her entire life would play out between the scent of the village's lavender and the warmth of the oven. She felt invisible. She was a part of the village, yet also like a shadow no one truly noticed. The scent of the pizzeria almost literally was her destiny. She thought she could never leave this village, and her dreams, they seemed to have evaporated with the heat of the oven. One evening, 3 young people, backpackers, stepped through the pub's door, bringing an unexpected light into Emily's routine. Rohan, an Indian young man, Layla, an eager Turkish girl, and Chloe, a free-spirited French girl. With their backpacks slung over their shoulders, their eyes sparkled with the allure of all the world's undiscovered roads. As they awaited their order, they passionately discussed a massive world map spread out on their table. The colors of Colombia, the mystical mountains of Peru, the exotic islands of Thailand. Layla's voice echoed in Emily's ears. The young people weren't just talking about the places they would go, they were also explaining how they'd optimize their budget, accommodations, and even local experiences. Emily didn't just serve them pizza. She also unknowingly absorbed small pieces of their excitement. After the pub closed, Emily's mind was filled with the young people's words. She opened her own old, dusty laptop. Secretly, she began to look at those different places online. Maps, photos, videos. The world was much bigger and more colorful than she had imagined. The warmth of Colombia, which Rohan mentioned for its best local coffee routes, the depth of places Layla called lost civilizations of Anatolia, the wildness of Patagonia, which Chloe described as a wind of freedom. Each one caused a long-forgotten string deep in Emily's soul to vibrate. Emily found herself particularly drawn to Colombia. Every time she saw its name on maps, she felt a strange pull, a connection within her. She couldn't understand why. Perhaps it was an image from a documentary she had watched once, or simply an imaginary call, but this feeling was stronger than for any other place. It was as if those lands were whispering a secret to her. Night after night, after the pub closed, she pursued this feeling. She researched the history, geography, and people of Colombia. Emily, who had thought she could never leave the village, was now forming a mysterious bond with a country on the other side of the world. For her, this wasn't just an adventure, it was almost a calling. Fueled by the power of this feeling, for the first time in her life, Emily began to save money, taking small steps. She worked extra shifts, took on odd jobs. She told no one. It was as if this plan was a secret known only to her and the depths of her soul. She didn't need algorithms or artificial intelligence as much as the young people had talked about. Her guide was that strange connection to Colombia within her, and simple research on Google Maps. Months passed. Emily worked in complete secrecy for 6 months. When she had saved enough money, she made the biggest decision of her life. She quit her job at the pizzeria. Her boss, Mr. Henderson, was astonished. "Emily, you and this village, you were inseparable," he exclaimed. Emily merely offered a faint smile. Sometimes destiny shows new paths, she thought. And 6 months later, Emily embarked on the greatest adventure of her life. Plane ticket in hand, backpack on her shoulders. Her first stop was Colombia. As she stepped into the bustling streets of Bogotá, she realized how real that strange feeling of connection was. The city's energy, the warmth of its people, the scent of coffee. It was as if she had returned to a place she had left long ago. Throughout her journey, Emily used some simple digital tools the young people had taught her: online maps, local blogs, and even some basic translation apps. She used technology not as a complex algorithm, but as a practical assistant for a simple traveler. While exploring Colombia in a mountain town, she encountered a symbol on the wall of an old church, a symbol she had seen online before. This symbol belonged to an ancient Colombian tribe, and it had appeared in a family tree image Emily had found online. Emily's heart pounded. She pursued the symbol, seeking information from a local historian, and she learned that a distant relative of her grandmother had migrated to Colombia centuries ago and had formed a bond with this very tribe. The strange connection Emily had felt was, in fact, a genetic inheritance. This was not just a journey, it was a discovery of identity. After Colombia, Emily's route stretched to other places she had seen on the young people's map: Peru, Thailand, Patagonia. Each stop taught her a new lesson, a new perspective. She embraced a new identity as a backpacker. Everywhere she met new people, shared her story, and listened to others. She shared photos and short notes from every place she visited on a travel blog. Unexpectedly, her blog garnered significant attention. People were curious about how she had transformed from an ordinary pizzeria worker into a world traveler. Her blog also opened up an unexpected source of income. Emily didn't just travel the world, she rewrote her own destiny. When her journey ended, Emily returned to her village. But she was no longer the invisible Emily. The light of the world sparkled in her eyes. Her hair was a little grayer from the wind, and new lines had appeared on her face. But these were not lines of fatigue, but lines of lived experience. Her boss, Mr. Henderson, and the villagers were astonished. Her story spread throughout the village by word of mouth. Emily continued to be a part of the village, but now she was a figure who had found her own identity and inspired courage. She told travel stories to the young people in the village, inspiring them to explore the world. What does this story teach us? Sometimes what we call destiny is actually a calling waiting to be discovered within ourselves, and that this calling can come even from a conversation between three young people in the back room of a pub. The important thing is to be quiet enough to hear that call and brave enough to believe in it. Emily didn't just travel the world, she mapped her own soul. Don't you wholeheartedly agree? Please share your thoughts and let us know in the comments below. If you found this story compelling and inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, because every single day we are committed to continuing our journey of discovering the extraordinary strengths hidden behind these seemingly ordinary lives. Where in the world are you watching from? Drop a comment below. We genuinely love hearing from our amazing viewers around the globe.